प्रदीप दाइ यो शब्दको अर्थ खोज्छु एकचोटि दलित भनेर के बुझ्ने दाइ
अब नेपालको सन्दर्भमा र सुरजले पनि यसमा थप्नुहुन्छ अब नेपालको सन्दर्भमा चाहिँ जातको आधारमा जसमाथि चाहिँ विभेद गरिरहेको छौँ उनीहरूको समुदायलाई बुझाउने एउटा शब्दको रूपमा बुझ्छौँ अहिले दलित आयोगले पनि एउटा डेफिनेसन गरेको छ जसमा चाहिँ 26 भन्दा बढी जात चाहिँ यसभित्र पर्छन् र अब यसलाई अलि उ गरेर भन्यो भने डेफिनेसनको रूपमा चाहिँ भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ जातको आधारमा छुवाछुत विभेद हुन त जात व्यवस्थाले धेरै बहुआयामिक समस्याहरू सृजना गरेको छ तर जो माथि चाहिँ अहिले सबभन्दा बटममा छन् उनीहरूलाई बुझ्छ त्यो समुदायलाई बुझ्छ त्यो 26 जातको समूह अहिले त्यो बढेको पनि छ भन्ने पनि छ तर त्यो अहिले चाहिँ त्यसरी बुझिएको छ मेबी सुरज क्यान डिफाइन मोर अन
the meaning of Dalit.
Dalit is basically the most vulnerable sense of our being. Dalit socially means the people who have been broken into pieces. But the beauty of broken things is they can be repaired. They are not annihilated. So Dalit as a being is to recreate the broken society. And in that brokenness, Dalits are the strongest glue. They connect and eventually they integrate society. In its literal terms, Dalit is now translated as the former untouchables, the ones who were not allowed to be in the vicinity, depending on your hierarchy. If you are from the caste who's cleaning the carcass, then there were certain paces you should be away from. So depending on the caste kind of system, untouchability was imposed, which was you just don't touch because it's so impure and defiling that it might also change your sense of being. So that's how strong a Dalit presence was, that mere touch would contaminate your own self. And then not only touching, but it also meant that they were not seeables. Seeing them was also a site of pollution to yourself. So you have to take a bath, probably use the cow urine and make yourself freshen, just because you saw a very defiling image of an untouchable. Not only untouchable and unseeable, but they were also unapproachable. Meaning, if you want to get some service done, you don't want to go and approach them. You summon somebody to come and for them to come to you and do. So it's a very ridiculous system that the caste system has created. And as ridiculous as it sounds, we have defenders of this ridiculous joke that was created in society. And people attach adherence to their tradition, to their culture, to their religion, to their belief, all just to maintain their supremacy. Dalit being challenges that. It says that what we are thinking about, what are we going to do about, and how are we going to enact about. This about is the very reference point of each society's hierarchies. What are we going to do about the hierarchy? And so Dalit is the most bottom. But in our sense, Dalit is somebody who's rebelling, who's trying to humanize the hateful, ugly society. Dalit is someone who is integrating the broken pieces. Dalit is something that is giving you more reasons to live. It is appreciating the inner core of hidden love that we have buried because we have just appreciated the ugliness that our ancestors have taught. Dalit is actually a reason for us to write a new poetry that has just been remained into the two people's minds, but it has to be made public. So Dalit is basically a public approval, but also it's at the same time a shame on society that we still carry that stigma, and yet we are not willing to move ahead in the centuries that we are still using modern technologies.
So it's basically not just merely a marginalized community, but a systematically marginalized community. That's what you're trying to say.
Correct.
Yeah.